Welcome to Doing Our Bit. Today is part 2 of the cost of living crisis series we're doing. We're looking at no more loose change, managing your money on a smartphone. Both my grandmothers used to have a saying they would often repeat: look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. It's very easy to just spend money and then wonder what's happened. I'll be demonstrating Expense IQ, which I've used for 5 years on the Android platform. But it's really not important what application you actually use. It's actually the process and the method that is the significant thing. And I'd certainly be really interested to hear from anybody that uses a similar sort of application app on iOS. So who will benefit from this? If you're already budgeting, this will certainly make the whole task so much easier and also give you a real in-depth insight into exactly where all your money is going. For those that have done the Car MOT course or use the jam jar system, in an increasingly cashless society, this will be a way of enabling you to actually not use cash, because using this system actually means that how you pay really isn't important. For those of you that want to use a credit card in the most efficient way, so that even if you're on a low income, you can actually manage this and get all the benefits of a credit card, certainly this will be for you. Plus, frankly, anyone that wants to keep their finances really tight as a Buddy Rich drum roll.
I've set up the account on Expense IQ, here just showing cash account, the bank, which is your current account, and the savings account, and added a balance to each one. The next thing you need to do is in settings, in display settings, create repeating transactions, and you need to make that 90 days in advance. Now the reason why you want this, and you would want this in any other software package, is this allows you to see the future. This is one of the real advantages of using this sort of system, is that it can take your standing orders, your direct debits, so that you can actually see exactly where your bank account or your overall financial position will be ahead of time. The next thing to do is to sort out your budgets, and you can see here that I've set up some based on basic areas here: food, accommodation, transport, utilities, etc. So the second task we need to do is add our transactions, and that is our income and then our regular payments, obviously ongoing. So select our bank account, add a transaction, add the amount. We're going to say that in fact this is going to happen on the 26th of the month, and this repeats, so we just then save and we're done. So that's our future salary. Then add some more, so let's add rent now, accommodation, and again we're going to say that comes out at the end of the month, and again repeat and save. Having put all the repeating transactions in, you click on the bank account here, view transactions, and now look at all time and now see those repeating transactions going forward right up to now the end of October. I've added 3 extra transactions here so you can see them, and notice that it changes the net balance over the top and also adds these transactions to your favorite transactions as well. And this is reflected in your budget. As you can see, you've spent £40 on food. If you get cash out of your bank, you do that as a transfer. The important thing to remember is you do each transaction at the time, and that's the advantage of having it on your smartphone. It's always with you. So if you wanted to add a credit card to this, you just add another account. So we do that by accounts, new account, change the icon here, Visa. Now again, it could be that you're starting off with a negative balance, so we can put that in. You now see that we've got the credit card with a Visa amount of £50 there. Whether you're paying part of this credit card balance or in full, what you need to do is add a corresponding transfer actually into your bank account. But this time you're going to select the credit card, and we expect this to be paid in September. So what we've done effectively, if we now go to the bank account and look at all time, you can see that the Visa payment is now in there. So if you then go back to the actual Visa card, view transaction, view all time, you can see that the closing balance is 0. And that's where you want to keep it. So as you make further payments with your credit card during August, up to the statement date, you need to amend this amount accordingly. So the closing balance is always kept to 0, i.e. the September payment covers all your August transactions. As soon as you pass the statement date, you would then for all transactions beyond, i.e. in September, you would then put a corresponding transfer for the amount that you actually need to cover that charge on the 26th of October, and so on. So all the time, by using the all time function, you make sure you keep that zero. And then this means bank account will always be including full and final payment of your Visa card. And so you'll never base it in a situation where this is blind to your budgeting. And of course everything you spend on there will still appear in your budgeting in exactly the same way as if you were paying by debit card or cash. So there really is no difference. So it's a very easy way, if you can work like this, of getting all the benefits of a credit card, but without ever getting into a situation where you're spending more money than you've actually got. In other words, providing you keep on top of this, and this is the crucial thing, this isn't something you can do once a week. This is something you need to be doing every single day, and then it's a tiny job, but you always make sure that your actual financial information is bang up to date. If you want to manage your energy supplier in exactly the same way, you just add an account with a current balance of that account, and instead of payments to E.ON of your direct debit, you record them as a transfer from your bank to E.ON. Then all the actual gas or electricity bills you receive monthly, you record in that account, so you can then see your energy company account balance again bang up to date.
Hope you found this video helpful, and if so, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.